Today I'm going to dig into the Buick Century's motor. The previous owner did say that the engine turns, however it stops at a certain point, indicating it might have a valve that's still stuck open. So I'm going to begin by taking the valve covers off and then probably take the heads off depending on what I find. I'm going to have to first move some of these accessories out of the way. I'll start with this one because it looks a little bit easier. Go. That valve train looks to be really clean and perfect shape. That's amazing. So the car apparently has 22,000 miles on it. I actually believe that. Alright, well let's take the other side off and see if we can get this thing cranked over. So in order to proceed, I had to take the accessories off. They were on top of the valve cover and in the way. That ended up being a lot of work, and now I'm stuck trying to get this bracket off so I can clear the valve cover coming off. Alright, so I spun the engine around by hand several times. Turns out it's not seized, and I don't believe there's any valve that's stuck open. Oh man, this came out of the water pump outlet. Gross. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that thing was never gonna run again. The next thing I should do is check the spark plugs and probably lubricate the cylinders. Oh shit. Are these all loose? Those are brand new plugs. Okay. It's actually kind of concerning that they weren't in there properly. Yeah, they're all brand new. It might be hard to see on camera there, but this thing is full of good oil, surprisingly, and it's actually slightly overfilled. So we're gonna be good to crank it. So I tried cranking the engine over. When I did that, I didn't hear any solenoid click over, any starter relay or anything. I've jumped down here and cleaned up the starter a little bit and tried to jump it just with my battery, but I still had no luck. I'm going to pull the starter out now and try to clean it up on the bench. I had a local specialty shop go through my starter. It's working great now. I'm just going to test it real quick and then I'll proceed with putting it on the vehicle. I'm now going to have to go to the top of the engine and snake my hand around the exhaust manifold so I can get this top bolt on. Alright, I see a problem with this one right here. The cam was moving a little bit, but I think the lifter might be collapsed. That's gonna be a lot of work. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the valley cover off and just inspect to see if that lifter on cylinder 1 is junk or if it might be savable. If the cam is ground down, then it's completely junk. Just as I feared, there's a lot of slop right here with this lifter. Yeah, the push rod looks to be completely straight. I'm going to spin the engine a little bit and see if that camshaft is completely flat. Looks like this valve is stuck. So when the original owner told me that thing was stuck, he was correct. Alright, I have some bad news. The compression on this thing is jack. First one here has got 0, then 0, 85, 0, followed by 55, 80, 70, and 60. That's not good numbers. Additionally, I have some slop in the valve train here. Looks like this one might be coming back, but this one is done. I'm thinking I have a bent valve and then a damaged lifter on the bottom there for both. I'm thinking this engine's junk. I wasn't planning on rebuilding this engine, and I don't know if it's necessarily worth it. I might have to consider like a engine swap or some kind of alternative. I'm thinking maybe an LS 5.3 liter just because they're cheap and dime a dozen. But I'll have to do some more digging. It might be a little while before you see another video on this project, but if you enjoyed this content, please subscribe. And I'll keep you guys posted. Thanks. Bye-bye.